Alrighty then. So here we have something called the Savey Meal Bot, which is an AI meal preparation tool created by the nice folks in New Zealand at PAK'n'Save. Or created for them, I guess is probably a better way of explaining it, but whatever. So, heard it does interesting things, and note how it has some very interesting disclaimers. Use your own judgment before actually eating anything this thing spits out, because quite frankly, it's dumb. Let's just see what happens if it clicks this. Sure. And chili peppers, beetroot, yogurt, chicken breast, and banana. Let's see what it actually does with this. Okay. Spicy chicken curry with beetroot raita. Um, hmm. I don't remember having seen this word before. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. And they actually have a bot attempting to tell jokes. Why? Preheating an oven to 180 Celsius. Note, this is going to be. I'm not sure exactly how this temperature translates to Fahrenheit. Dun, dun, dun. Translate to English. Haha, it doesn't do that. But yeah, it's like 180 Fahrenheit would be very low, but I think this is actually somewhere around like 350 or 400, somewhere in that ballpark. I'm not sure exactly how hot it is. This doesn't seem all that weird. Sliced chili peppers, chopped beetroot. Okay, mix the yogurt with the beet cubes. Season the chicken breast with salt and pepper. Heat the cooking oil in a pan over medium heat. Cook chicken breast for 5 to 7 minutes on each side until cooked through. Why are we using an oven again? I have no idea. In a separate bowl, mash the bananas with a fork. Add the eggs, bread, and mix to the mashed bananas and mix well. Bread? What bread? It just says add bread. What? Where's the bread? Oh, two slices of bread. Okay. Doesn't say what you're supposed to do with the bread. I guess you're supposed to shred it into little bitty crumbs because you're supposed to mix it with the bananas after they're mashed. Heat the butter in a non-stick frying pan over medium heat. A different frying pan than we used for the chicken breasts. Pour the banana mixture into the frying pan and cook until golden brown on both sides. Serve the spicy chicken curry with the beetroot raita and banana bread. Uh, at no point in here does it actually explain how to make raita. This is kind of sad, honestly. Oh boy. It's like I think it's saying you're supposed to put the beets into the oven with after you like cut them up with the chili peppers and mixing the yogurt with the beetroots, but it doesn't. It stops after instruction 3. It doesn't mention chili peppers or beets at any point after this. It doesn't tell you to put them in the oven or how long to leave them in the oven. Heat the chicken breast with salt and pepper. Heat the cooking oil pan over medium heat. Also, presumably, we're cooking the chicken breast in the pan on medium heat with cooking oil to keep them from sticking. Presumably, it doesn't actually tell you that. Separate bowl, mix bananas, add stuff to bananas. Also, it doesn't actually tell you how to prep the bread. I mentioned that earlier. Anyway, then you use butter to keep this mixture from sticking to the pan, which is, it sounds like it's taking like regular bread, eggs, milk, and bananas, but this is going to come out more like an omelet. Because, like, how many eggs is this, anyways? 2 eggs. That is not full omelet consistency, but yeah, in the ballpark. And it calls it bread when you're done, which I don't think that's actually going to taste like bread. Wait, how many bananas is it talking about here, anyways? 2 bananas. 2 bananas, 2 slices of bread, 2 eggs, and what's the other one again? Milk. How much milk is this? Quarter cup. Yeah, it's just barely any milk at all. But yeah, it's like 2 bananas, 2 slices of bread, and 2 eggs. That's not going to be bread when you're done with it. I'm genuinely not sure exactly what that's going to taste like. And I still don't know how you're actually making the beetroot right though. So yeah, this is random nonsense. All right, well, let's do a different one. Wait, oh, is this doing another recipe with the same ingredients? Uh, huh. Interesting. Again, chilies, beetroot, yogurt, chicken breast, bananas, rice, cooking oil, salt, pepper, and water. Cut the chicken breast into bite-sized pieces. In a large pan, heat the cooking oil over medium heat. Add the chicken pieces and saute until browned on all sides. While the chicken is cooking, peel and dice the beetroot. Remove the seeds from the chili peppers and finely chop them. Overuse of pronouns. What am I chopping? The chili peppers or the seeds? Add the diced beetroot and chopped chili peppers to the pan with the chicken. Okay, well, that later instruction gets to that part. Stir in the yogurt and season with salt and pepper. One of the things with this that's interesting is that it basically just says pour the yogurt on something random and doesn't actually use the yogurt in a recipe. Dum dum dum. Cover the pan, let the curry simmer for about 20 minutes or until the chicken is cooked through. While the curry is simmering, cook the rice according to package instructions. Serve the chicken curry over the cooked rice and garnish with sliced bananas. See, this is actually a sane use for bananas. The last one was stupid. And of course, it's like pour the stuff on that you made in the pan on rice. That actually is reasonable. Making curry with beets and yogurt is a very, very AI random nonsense option. But hey, doesn't sound like something that will kill you. All right, well, that sounds interesting. Let's see what happens if we do a Oh, one of the things that's the reason why it's that if you told it to use things as part of a recipe that weren't actually food, it would do it anyways. So let's see what happens. Oh, it's not typing in there. Yeah, it's not typing in there. Huh. typing in there. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, let's see here. Okay, so it's not giving you options to type in your own recipe items. Hmm. This should be adequately insane. Now, this is one of those things where I get the idea that this thing is probably, um, you know, genuinely not sure how it works. I've only tried it twice. Trying to guess how it works, and the reports that people have come up with on the bizarre outcomes they got from it. Well, this actually just takes the 5 ingredients that I put in. It doesn't add anything to it. Oh, interesting. I guess because I had a wide enough variety. Because like the previous one, what it was doing that was adding stuff was adding starch items. Because I guess I didn't tell it any starch items. Because I gave it bananas, beets, chicken, and yogurt, which those aren't starch items. Anyway, so make pancake batter. After slice the steak into strips. Dip steak strips into pancake batter. In a large pan, heat cooking over medium heat. Add the battered steak strips to the pan and cook until crispy and brown. Remove the steak strips from the pan and set aside. In the same pan, add diced pears and cook until slightly softened. Okay, it's telling us to cook diced pears in an oiled pan, like you're like kind of like frying a hamburger, honestly. Interesting. But again, I guess it's telling us to only put them in until they get heated to the point of being somewhat cooked and not you know fried. Okay. To be honest, that kind of works. I mean, if it's olive oil or something like that, it probably would actually taste reasonably good. Can't imagine how the fact that we have pancake mix residue and steak drippings in the pan would affect the flavor of the pears, but eh, probably not horribly. Anyway, stir hot sauce into the pan. Put the steak strips back in the pan. Oh, we're supposed to mix the pears with the hot sauce for this part. Oh my. And now we mix the cooked pears and the steak strips with the hot sauce in the frying pan. And then drizzle melted chocolate on it. We didn't specify what kind of chocolate. In my brain, I was assuming bar chocolate, like a Hershey's bar or something. But melted Hershey's bar on top of steak. That just sounds terrible. I'd rather just have the Hershey's bar as a side dish. Now, one thing this one doesn't have is a vegetable item, and it seems to have been cooking the pears as if they were a vegetable item. Because this recipe would make a heck of a lot more sense if you had tomatoes instead of pears. I'm genuinely curious where the reports came from because, part of the reason why I was looking this up is because of reports that this particular AI thingy had come up with some insane dishes that involved things that weren't food. But why did it have things that weren't food in it? Because it, as you, unless this what I'm using is a modified version of the app that works differently than the original, and it had removed from it all of the things that are non-food. I don't know. Well, this at least sounds like it won't kill you. Quite frankly, stir-fried pears doesn't sound good to me. It really doesn't, especially stir-fried in hot sauce. And drizzling melted chocolate onto breaded steak. No. Honestly, though, a stir-fried breaded steak in a hot sauce blend of some sort actually does sound pretty good. Replacing the pears with tomatoes might not actually suck. However, throwing random nonsense into an AI and seeing what for idiocy it gives you. Boy. All right, let's do one more. Select from popular items. Note how it apparently doesn't let you type in your own items. All right, let's go with something that is okay. Let's go with a good balance. Let's see, cherry tomato, seafood. Hmm. Um. Hmm. You know what? I'll go sausage. Chilled foods and deli products. Yeah, sure, why not? Sounds dumb. Frozen food, hash browns. They're the only frozen food item it gets. You know what? Screw it. Sounds amusing. Nah, I don't need one of those. One last item. Why does it put tuna here and not up there with the rest of the fish? Seriously, why? Okay, so let's see here. Food balance. Sausages is in item one. Cherry tomatoes. Oh, it highlights it in the first box if you click it in a later box. Interesting. Camembert. Okay, so we have a veggie item, a meat item, a cheese, and a starch. Okay, cool. Now to put in something weird and stupid. I mean, chickpeas actually does sound amusing. To be quite honest, I can't think of one of these being substantially worse than the others. Because, go with mustard. Alrighty then. Do it. Do it now. Alright, so what does it add to the recipe? Bread, milk, butter, and salt. Interesting. Preheat oven. Again, is it actually going to tell us to use the oven this time? Let's find out. Oh, wait, here. Actually, part 8. Cover the dish in foil and bake in the oven. You left that out in the first recipe. Why? I have no idea. Artificial idiot, perhaps. Yeah. Cook the sausage in a frying pan until browned and cooked through. Set aside to cool. In a greased baking dish, layer the hash browns, cherry tomatoes, and chickpeas. Cut the sausages into bite-sized pieces and scatter them over the top. Spread a layer of mustard on top of the sausages. Slice the camembert into thin pieces and place them evenly across the dish. In a separate bowl, mix together the milk, melted butter, and salt. Pour the mixture over the ingredients in the baking dish. Cover the dish with foil and bake in the preheated oven for 30 minutes. Remove the foil and bake for an additional 15 minutes or until the cheese is melted and bubbly. Serve hot with a side of crispy bread for a hearty and delicious meal. Okay. Item 9, I think it's telling you to put cheese on top of the dish after you remove it at the end of step 8. It's not really. Oh wait, no, no, no. Never mind. The cheese is a camembert, I think. Yeah, that's what it's talking about with this cheese. Is the camembert you sliced and added to the dish in item 6. I'm not sure why the camembert wouldn't be melted after being baked for 30 minutes. Seriously, I'm not entirely sure how much baking is the right amount for this item. Boy. I'm not even sure exactly how hot this is. Anyway, though, serve with a side of crispy bread because it added crispy bread for no reason whatsoever. Well, making some sort of casserole out of hash browns and sausage is not a terrible one, I guess. Its explanation of how to bake it properly, though, is just weird and nonsense. Especially since you're basically just heating the entire thing. You're not really cooking it in the traditional sense. You're just heating it until it, becomes a food, I guess you could say. Oh, well. Alrighty, well, enough messing with this. You guys want to mess with it? Hey, here's the URL. Wee.